Next set to play for the Lady Flames, shortstop number 1, Sarah Robertson. Concession stands are located on the first base side of the complex, serving favorites such as Aggie Ducks, chicken tenders, Slovakian sausage, and cold Pepsi products.
7.5, 6,200 for the pull guy.
Every week, the zone features the most and varsity athlete from the local high school, and it's then up to you to go.
You can find the first aid room located on the third base side of the complex.
Pleasant surprise. Not surprised she's talented, but a hot start for a freshman.
Great wheels from the left side to lead off the order.
First pitch of the at-bat. Strike called 0-1 in the circle for Liberty. It is Julia DiMartino, senior right-hander. record 2-2. Also had a save. She got that yesterday against Texas A&M. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Morgan Smith takes it high and inside, so 1-1. DiMartino, 2-2, record 1 save. The ERA 2.13. This will be her 8th appearance of the season, 5th start overall. 26 1/3 innings, only 12 hits. Not a lot against her. The 1-1, high ball, 2-1. And in those 26 1/3, 5 walks, 17 strikeouts. Opponents batting 136 against. Julia DiMartino in the circle for Liberty.
Great line for the pitcher from Liberty, getting started today.
2-1, takes it, called strike, counts even. Leadoff hitter, bottom of the first here for the Aggies. Morgan Smith counts even at 2-2.
We like to see the Aggies get off to a quicker start than they did yesterday. They struggled at the plate really in both games yesterday, and you know that Keith Stein, who's the hitting coach for the Aggies, would like to get them going early.
2-2 swinging, fouls it off, stays alive. Well, A&M scored 2 runs in both games. They had run ruled all 5 of their victories prior to yesterday. Even with yesterday's struggles, 3 hits in the first game, and then when they beat McNeese in the nightcap, 5 hits in that one, they woke up this morning leading the SEC in hitting, the .397 average, even with yesterday. And in the early season, stats do fluctuate wildly, but yeah, starting play today, A&M leads the SEC with a .397 batting average. LSU right behind them at .396, and Tennessee .394. That's the tops in the SEC.
And you'll see that early on as they play out of conference foes. As they come back in conference, you'll see those averages begin to fall.
2-2, called strike 3, down looking, looked a little high in the zone, but right on the letters, out number 1.
Nice pitch right there, right on the inside part of the plate, and froze Smith right there. Anything close with 2 strikes, need to try to foul that off and get you another pitch, but you got to tip the pitcher credit. She executed what she wanted to do right there and got the out.
The batter for the Aggies, Kelby Fortenberry, junior center fielder, .550 average, 11 hits in her first 20 at-bats, home run, triple, 2 doubles, first pitch swinging, fouls it off the netting, covering the left field stands, 0-1. And for Fortenberry, give her 9 RBIs and 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts. She's kind of just done everything.
She really has. That started, we saw at the end of last year where she kind of forced her way in the lineup, and that continued in the first weekend of play and even in the midweek series this week. She's really come on and taken control of that second spot in the order and also the center field position.
Been consistent, too. You don't see her go stretches without doing something to help the team at the plate. Next pitch is a ball 1-1.
She's got great wheels. That's the old saying that speed never goes into a slump, and so she uses that to her advantage.
Well, great wheels, but then you mix in the double, the triple, and the home run. She's mixing in the extra base power. If you do a scouting report on her, what are you going to defend?
Exactly.
The 1-1, pretty pitch, called strike, 1-2.
Has a home run earlier, too. We saw that the first weekend, so she's got some flashes of power in there, too. She can bunt, she can slap, she can swing away. She's a true triple threat from the left-hand side.
Yeah, we saw her bunt yesterday against McNeese. Pretty bunt. Great play by the McNeese third baseman, Brindley. 1-2, long foul ball, slicing, will drop just foul. Bottom of the fencing, deep down the left field line, that A&M bullpen. So we'll hold it 1-2. Again, no score, bottom of the first. This is day 2 at the A&M Invitational. Liberty currently at 2-1 in tournament, plus their first game of the day. They lost to McNeese 5-1 earlier, so they're looking to bounce back against A&M. A&M's looking to bounce back against Liberty because they lost to Liberty yesterday. 1-2 pitch, outside low, just sliding off the plate, 2-2.
I got a chance to watch Liberty in the first game today, and they got knocked around a little bit. McNeese really did a good job at the plate, and Liberty struggled at the plate, had only the 1 run, which was on a solo home run in the top of the 7th inning. That's all they got going offensively.
Yeah, Vi for them, their 9-hole hitter. The 2-2, swinging, Fortenberry. For someone that can bunt and slap and punch, when she swings away, she has a nice aggressive swing.
She does. It's a very pretty left-handed swing, very fluid. It's kind of an effortless thing, something that she's worked on and is really developed as that part of her game, swinging away.
Kelby Fortenberry, one of only 2 effective starters returning from last season for the Aggies. Fortenberry pops up the 2-2 pitch. Foul territory, third base side, will be caught by the third baseman, Mater. That'll be out number 2 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Even though she makes an out right there, it was a successful at-bat in that she got to see several pitches and gain a lot of information for herself, but also her teammates who were in the dugout taking a look at that, taking a look at the pitcher, trying to figure out, hey, what is she going to do and what counts. And so, again, even though it was an out, it was a successful at-bat early in the game.
bottom of the first inning for Texas A&M. Nobody on, no score. Riley Sarton, 3-hole hitter, senior third baseman. First pitch high and inside, 1-0. Sarton hitting .450. That's 9 hits and 20 at-bats. 3 home runs, leads the team. 8 RBIs, also a stolen base in 1 attempt.
Just unconscious last weekend. She started the series just totally on fire.
The 1-0 pitch, just missing. The Liberty catcher, I think, wants to know where it was. And probably the pitcher to match. It's 2-0.
You see looks like Dot Richardson also asking from the dugout, and saw the catcher signaling that one. Was a little bit down.
So, okay, everyone Liberty wants to know where it was. What you saying?
Exactly. McFarland sure did.
Riley Sarton, the other returning starter from last year, mixed in with Kelby Fortenberry. 2 off-speed pitch, swing and a miss by Sarton. We're at 2-1.
Fooled her right there. Sarton was looking for something hard and away, and it was down and off speed, and she swung through it and over the top of it.
Bases empty, 2 outs, bottom of the first. No score, just underway, bottom of 1. The 2-1 pitch, Sarton goes the opposite way. That'll be a single into right field. So a 2-out single for Riley Sarton in the bottom of the first inning.
Nice job on the outside part of the plate right there. Got the pitch she was looking for and was able to serve it right through the 3-4 hole on the right-hand side for a 2-out single here. See if the Aggies can get something going with 2 outs.
She didn't try and do a lot with it. The infamous hit it where it's pitched, and just, with 2 outs, just get something started. And last weekend, the Aggies had a lot of success with 2 outs.
They did. You wouldn't extend the inning. You can get to the big boppers now in the order. You got Bailey Klinger, who's got a lot of power on the plate and can change it with 1 swing.
Freshman, first baseman, Bailey Klingler, .350 average at the plate. First pitch called strike, 0-1 for Klingler. She has 7 hits in 20 at-bats, no home runs, but she does have 7 RBIs. Highly productive, the freshman.
Now 375 with runners on, also 375 with 2 outs.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, chopper on the ground, but at the third baseman, no problem for a Mater. Over to first in plenty of time. Out number 3, inning over, no score, end of 1. You're listening to A&M Softball from Learfield, IMG College.
Bank and Trust. Helping my clients reach their financial goals is my goal. Put my expertise at work for you today, and together we will succeed.
Top of the second inning.
I already noticed a little bit of a game plan here by the Flames. There's a lot of early swings in the count. They're looking to be aggressive early in the count, put the ball in play. That's 3 now of the hitters from Liberty that have swung at the first pitch that they've seen from Peyton.
At the plate, the next batter up, Alexis Erich for the Liberty Lady Flames. Sophomore center fielder, 286 average, no home runs, 2 RBIs. First pitch swinging, as you mentioned, this one's foul. Will it get over the stands? Top of the stands on the first base side, 0-1.
This is the second week of play, and so all these teams now are going to have a little bit of film, at least on their opponents, and have looked at it and done a little bit of scouting. And certainly that's the Flames' game plan early, is to be aggressive early in the count.
Eric at the plate, 0-1 pitch, pops it up on the infield. Calling for it, the first baseman, Klingler, almost had time to call for a fair catch. Makes the catch, out number 2 here in the top of the second inning.
It's pretty good. 3 pitches and 2 outs right there. That ball brought rain. It was so high, well above the stadium. And Klingler kind of stepped forward and stepped back, wobbled, but was able to put it away for the second out.
So top of the second, 2 outs, bases empty for Liberty, no score. At the plate, Caitlin McFarland. McFarland, senior catcher, 0-77. 1 hit and 13 at-bats. Does have an RBI, bats from the right side. First pitch called strike, 0-1. They're trying to swing early. Does that really matter for Peyton in the circle and the way she throws? Because early or late, her ball just moves. I mean, she's a thumber, as you told me.
Absolutely, she is. And the ball's going to move, and I think they're thinking that they're going to get something around the plate early in the count and straighter. That's why they're being so aggressive.
0-1 pitches a ball, 1-1.
So, Creighton will adjust to that, and so will Cara Dill, who's calling the pitches. As they get more aggressive early in the count, the way that they call the game will change as well. So it's kind of a cat and mouse back and forth. We'll adjust, you adjust, back and forth.
The 1-1 pitch hit on the infield, and it looks like a line drive. It ends up being like a little on the infield flare. Opponents are ranked in the top 20. 5 of those 6 are ranked 11 or higher, and they only have 1 weekend against an unranked opponent in league play. The 1-0 pitch popped up, catcher calling for it. Gonna be caught, diving catch. No, can't come up with it. Cannot come up with it. So staying alive at the plate is Haley Lee.
See, we had an illegal pitch called on that too. So it will be a ball instead of a strike on the foul ball. Could have been an out call as McFarland turned and did a nice job of finding the ball, but then kind of got turned around. The ball spun out of her glove and she fell to the ground. And the third base umpire came in. Her name, Leah Bowen.
She's behind the plate for the second game yesterday for A&M.
Had the illegal pitch, and so now it's a 2-0 count instead of 1-1.
2-0, swinging. This time it's popped up in foul territory, third base side, and the catcher McFarland calls for it. Makes the catch about halfway down the third base line. Foul, no problem, out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
McFarland atoning for the last one that she dropped in foul territory, was going to make sure that that one didn't fall. She made that catch right in front of the third baseman later. She's coming in. It's probably an easier catch for the third baseman as she's coming towards the ball and the catcher's going away, but she made the play nonetheless. The
batter at the plate for Texas A&M, batting from the left side, junior, the pitcher Peyton McBride, 467. First pitch, ball 1-0. 467 average, 7 hits in 15 at-bats, does have a homer and 6 RBIs.
She's done a nice job, as always, swinging the bat well from the left-hand side. I'm happy to see her get a lot of opportunity this year from the batter's box.
The 1-0 pitch, swinging, fouled off. It's 1-1. Mentioning that SEC schedule again, mark your calendar, plan to be at Davis Diamond. LSU, SEC play begins LSU, and that's March 8th, 9th, and 10th. Currently LSU 7th in the country, at Auburn 20th in the country, Alabama here 8th in the country. 1-1 swinging, pulled through the right side of the infield. 1-out single for Peyton McBride. They do make the throw from right field to first behind her, but she's there in plenty of time. So Peyton McBride singles with 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Nice job pulling that ball through the right side and had to hustle down the line as Villa came charging in and made the throw, the strong throw to first base, but not in time. Easily aboard as Peyton McBride.
Coach Evans will go to the bench. We're going to have a pinch runner.
We are going to have a pinch runner early in the game. Let's see. They're not wearing the pullovers this week, so it's a little bit easier for us to tell. That's Maddie Yatzlau, the freshman, making an appearance in the game, running at first base.
So Yatzlau running at first. 1 out here. Game scoreless, bottom of 2. At the plate for Texas A&M. I get stuck staring at the video board here at Davis Diamond too much because the graphics that they make and the video board itself is so cool. You can sometimes forget to watch the game. It's really cool. But the shortstop, Ashlyn Walsh, the transfer from UT San Antonio, the sophomore, bats from the left side at the plate here, bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, let's see if the Aggies try to get something going. They got good speed now on first base with Yatzlau.
First pitch from DiMartino. Takes it, strike called 0-1. Walls, 375 hitter, 6 hits, 6 hits and 16 at-bats, no home runs, 4 RBIs. She's also, Walls, stolen 2 bases in 2 attempts.
She's done a nice job nailing down that shortstop area that was vacated last year, and she's doing a nice job at the plate as well.
Tried to bunt the 0-1 pitch. They're going to let it. Liberty's going to let it roll foul down the third base line wisely, so foul ball, 0-2 count.
Nice job of a drag bunt right there by Martinez. Just a little bit, needed to hit another piece of chalk to kick back to the right and stay in fair territory. Wisely let go by the Flames as it rolls foul.
So Walls down in the count, 0-2. Pinch runner, Yatzlau first for Texas A&M with 1 out here, bottom of 2, scoreless game. Here's the 0-2, swing and a miss. Out number 2 is a strikeout for DiMartino.
Went up the ladder, did DiMartino, and to get the strike 3 call on Martinez right there. Unable to move Yatzlau to second base, and so the Aggies will have to get it done with 2 outs now.
It'll be up to junior second baseman Kelly Martinez, bats from the right side. Can the Aggies get something going with 2? Martinez, 286 average, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Martinez has 4 hits and 14 at-bats. First pitch, ball 1.
Martinez, the transfer from the University of Utah this year, has come in and kind of nailed down the second base spot. We've seen her there almost every game, with the exception of, I think, one I can remember last weekend where she wasn't on at second base.
Well, she was. Remember, she started the game, but the Aggies ran out to the score early, so
right.
Coach decided to get Garcia some PT. Martinez swings at the 1-0, hits a dying liner into right field. It drops in front of a diving right fielder and by, going all the way to third on the play. Aggressive running, which should be with 2 outs, is going to be Yatzlau behind the play. Martinez takes second base, so could you get something going with 2? Kelly Martinez Martinez keeping it alive here in the bottom of the second inning.
Nice job just hitting the ball where it's pitched right in front of Vi. Vi's really fortunate that ball didn't scoot underneath it all the way to the wall, which probably would have scored 2 runs. She was able to keep it in front of her. Running all the way was Yatsa with 2 outs. She was easily able to go to third base. And then Martinez with a heads-up base running to take second base on the throw.
9-hole hitter, sophomore left fielder Kylie George at the plate. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back, 0-1. Kylie George, this is her 4th start of the year. She has 2 hits and 6 at-bats, no home runs, an RBI. When she hasn't started, we've seen her pinch run, and she's also been a late inning defensive replacement for Coach Evans early this weekend, too, in the season.
Vi 333 with runners in scoring position, also 500 with 2 outs.
Here is the 0-1 pitch, called a strike. So, Kylie George down 0-2, outs 2. We're in the bottom of 2. No score, and the Aggies have 2 runners on.
Di Martino doing a nice job of coming right back at George right there after giving up the single that moved runners to second and third. She got the foul and then poured one right down through there.
The 0-2, George slaps at it, fouls it off. Let's stay alive. Yatsla, the pinch runner at third. Martinez, who just had the single with 2 outs to keep the inning alive at second for Texas A&M. No score. Aggies with 3 hits in the game to 1 hit so far for Liberty.
George just needs to find a hole out there. There's several of them out there. Things drawn in because she hits the slapper.
The 0-2 pitch, just getting a piece of it. Kylie George staying alive at the plate.
Went up the ladder on her that time, and she was able, just as you say, to get a piece of it to foul it back to the screen over the outstretched glove of McFarland. We'll reset it and do it again at 0-2.
As I mentioned, A&M entered play today, leading the SEC in hitting at 397. 0-2, hits it back up the middle, but DiMartino, the pitcher, fields her position, throws over to first, out number 3, inning over. Aggie Strand, 2 runners in scoring position. So, we remain scoreless, end of 2. You're listening to Aggie Softball from Learfield, IMG College.
Howdy, Aggies. I'm down in section 108 with rows 8 and 9 for today's race for your Whataburger. We have 2 softballs at the start of each row.
And does, back to the pitcher McBride, charges in, picks it up, throws it over to first. Close play, but an out at first for out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning.
That was a difficult situation. It's well managed by the Aggies right there because Klingler saw bunt and took 2 to 3 steps in towards the play, saw that Peyton was going to make the play and then had to retreat to the bag, and you're going backwards. You have to find the bag as well as catch the ball as it's coming at you. So they made that play look very easy, although it's seemingly hard. It takes a lot of practice.
It's the 9th spot in the order for Liberty. Sophomore right fielder Madison Vi. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Vi, 364 hitter, has started every game this year. 8 hits, 22 at-bats, 1 home run, 1 RBI. She also has a double and a stolen base.
That's a good production for the 9-hole. 364 is a great average to have down there.
1-0 swinging, fouled off, counts even at 1-1. Well, and remember, 364 was starting every game. And you mentioned that homer for her was in the first game today in which they lost to McNeese.
Yeah, she turned on an inside pitch and drove it way out of here over the right field wall over the 38 All-American sign in right field towards the strength complex out that way.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Vi takes the strike, called 1-2. Davis Diamond, 200 down the left and right field lines, 220 to dead center. A little bigger than the old complex by about 10 feet down each line, because 190, 190. Now it's 200, 200. Creating power alleys here at Davis Diamond. 1-2 pitch, lofted in the air to left center. Kelby Fortenberry charging hard, makes the catch, but ends up being shallow left or deep shortstop, however you want to look at it, for out number 2 here in the top of 3rd.
A nice job getting a good jump on that ball and came in, and good communication by the outfielders and also the infielders. That ball's kind of in the Bermuda Triangle between the shortstop, left fielder, and the right fielder.
Well, we saw the left fielder charging. Kylie George made the catch. I said Fortenberry. She was in left field all last year. But Fortenberry was right in there and maybe could have called, and the shortstop had a chance to make a play. You mentioned that triangle spot. So back to the top of the order. Autumn Bishop at the plate. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. Autumn Bishop, junior first baseman, bats from the left side. Dangerous, dangerous. Top of the order here for Liberty. 0 for 1 in the game.
Did some damage yesterday against the Aggies.
1-0 pitch, foul territory, third base. You can watch them on ESPNU, ESPN, SEC Network, and they also get a lot of work done for the teams for the upcoming season. 0-2 pitch, fouled off at the plate by Morgan Smith. And in the tournament, Kentucky went 2-0 on the day. LSU split their 2 games because they beat Texas, lost to Oregon, and Tennessee went 2-0 at the St. Pete Clearwater Invitational. Alabama is in Tucson, Arizona, won 2 tight contests. UCF 2-0, beat New Mexico 1-0. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Strikeout of Morgan Smith for out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Taking a look at our SEC scoreboard, the night that was in Mexico, the Puerto Vallarta College Challenge, where they got like 2-3 weekends worth of tournaments going on. Arkansas and Mississippi State, both in Mexico, and weekend number 2, both picked up victories yesterday. You have 4 teams hosting, like A&M, hosting the A&M Invitational. Georgia, South Carolina, also hosting, and I said 4 teams, Georgia, South Carolina, A&M. Did I miss one? I probably did. It's okay. 3 teams hosting instead. All undefeated on day 1 action, hosting their own tournaments. First pitch for Kelby Fortenberry is a ball. Fortenberry 0 for 1 in the game. 2-hole hitter, swinging. Fouls the 1-0 pitch out of play. So we're going to hold it 1-1.
Looking forward to going out to Tucson later in the spring and heading out there for my wife's mother's 90th birthday. But it so happens that the Arizona's hosting Stanford on that weekend. It's a newly remodeled Hildebrand Stadium.
You sent me photos of it, and it looks
yeah,
amazing.
I'm looking for. We're going to go catch a game there. I'm looking forward to it.
Kelby Fortenberry, 2-hole hitter, the junior center fielder. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Next pitch, liner into left field, slicing, diving catch. No, left fielder Caneto can't come up with it. Instead, it goes off her glove, rolls all the way to the fence. Stand-up double for Kelby Fortenberry, who looks to the dugout and gives the Hulk it up kind of cheer. Let's go.
Nice job right there going to opposite field. And right into the teeth of the defense as Liberty had their center fielder swung way over into the left center field gap, and Caneto was over towards the line. Those two came together almost in direct center field. Caneto was unable to make the play. The ball goes all the way to the wall, and with her speed, Fortenberry cruises into second base.
They had a defensive chart, did Liberty, on Kelby, and they played that to perfection, and it still didn't work. And give credit to the left fielder Caneto. That was almost a fantastic diving catch. Riley Sarton at the plate, the senior third baseman, first pitch swinging. That's in foul territory, so the count's 0-1. Riley Sarton had a hit, 2 strikes on her, just took the ball the opposite way to right field. So she's 1 for 1 in the game. Kind of wrapping up the night that was in the SEC. Florida is in Tempe, Arizona. They went 2-0. Ole Miss is playing in the UCLA tournament, and they went 2-0 themselves, and I mentioned the 3 teams hosting: South Carolina, Georgia A&M, 2-0. So that's the SEC, kind of the weekend that is.
A lot of success across the SEC is what you would expect, as all the teams are very strong.
The 1-1 missing high to Sarton, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Riley Sarton, team leading 3 home runs on the season. Also second on the team with 8 RBIs. Good tie. Get a hit here. Score Fortenberry from second. Fortenberry herself leads the team in RBIs with 9. Popped up on the infield by Sarton. Shortstop camped under it. Robertson, no problem. Out number 2. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, our game still scoreless.
DiMartino doing a good job of getting inside on the Aggie hitters. That was a screwball that ran inside on the hands of Riley. She was able to pull her hands back, get the bat on it, but off the handles ends up in a pop-up on the infield, easily put away.
On the way back to the dugout, Riley Sarton picks up her bat at the plate and whispering into the ear for extensive amount of time there to the batter here, Bailey Klingler, the freshman first baseman. A couple of tips for the right-handed hitter.
You'll see that all the time. That's just good softball, telling, hey, this is what we saw, this is the count, this is what I think you need to do.
First pitch of the at-bat, big cut, fouls it back. I think Klingler was trying to hit Rita Rena.
No, she was. That was a big swing right there. If she had it connected, it might have gone, but that was up in the zone. She was fortunate just to get a piece of it.
Fortenberry at second, but 2 outs. Her great wheels for Fortenberry at second. Anything that touches the outfield grass will score a run.
Yeah, especially with 2 outs now. She'll be running on contact, and she should score easily on anything that gets through the infield defense.
On deck, freshman catcher Haley Lee for Texas A&M. Again, rematch of yesterday. Liberty 4, A&M 2. Aggies looking to get the win back. Klingler jam, pops the ball up on the infield. Third baseman Mater charges in, makes the catch short of the mound for out number 3. Inning over. We stay scoreless. End of 3. You're listening to A&M Softball from Learfield, IMG College.
Quick strikes. Amber Bishop, junior, California for the Flames. She's 1 for 1 on the day, had a double into the right field gap over the outstretched glove of Morgan Smith back in the first inning. 0-2 delivery, foul at the plate, we'll do it again. A ball that I thought Morgan Smith had a chance to catch going to the right field corner. Looked like she was tracking it, then it just scooted over outstretched glove as it continued to slice. Good lesson for many outfielders out there. If the ball is hit towards the line, it's going to continue to slice. You need to compensate for that. 0-2 pitch. It's hit hard and past a diving Riley Sarton at third base into left field for a leadoff base hit. Ball was hit extremely hard. It was on the inside part of the plate. I don't think Peyton got it in quite as far as she wanted to. And it was past the diving attempt of Riley Sarton. Tried to be a hockey goalie there, but the slap shot went right by her into left field for a leadoff single. Brings up to the plate, Kara Canado. She's 0 for 1 on the day, had a ground out back to the first, went right back to the pitcher. Probably a bunting situation here as we're in the middle innings with no score. Top the order up. See if they'll move around into scoring position. She squares and fouls it back for strike 1. Low scoring games between these two yesterday. Flames ended up winning 4-2. Scoring a run late to kind of put that game away. It was a 3-2 game for a couple of the middle innings. Dot Richardson's making her way down to the home plate umpire, Brian Crochet. Looks like she may be making a change, and she is. It's going to be a pitch runner at first base. We're going to bring in Jasmine Click. Jasmine Click, senior outfielder, is going to come in and run at first base now for the Flames. Lead off single for Bishop, excuse me. A little bit more speed on the bases. It's an important run right here. As I said, we're in the middle innings, 4th inning. No runs so far, only 2 hits for the Flames. We're looking to generate a little offense, and so Coach Richardson goes to her bench to bring in a more swift of foot player as they try to move the runner into scoring position. Count is 0-1 to Canado. She fouled off a bunny tip. Runs on the way, she squares and again fouls it off. Not getting squared around fast enough. She's waiting to square until the pitch is on the way, and her bat's remaining back in foul territory, really over the plate. You really got to get your bat out in front of the plate to keep the ball in fair territory. So it's now 0-2. Let's see if the bunt stays on. Some coaches will like to do that. Most will not, though, and will take it off and let her swing away. 0-2 pitch is tapped right back to Peyton in the circle, who spins and throws over to Klingler for the first out. Click advances to second base, so the job was done by Canetto there. Not in the bunt attempt, but she slapped it right back to the box. Runner at 2 now, 1 out. For the cleanup here is Sarah Robinson. Sarah Robinson, the senior shortstop from Panama City, Florida. Probably a warmer location that we have today. Great vacation spot, spring break spot, that's coming up. Robertson's 0 for 1 on the day. She grounded out to third base. She squares the bunt and takes inside for ball 1. The sweeping curveball misses away. I don't think she had intentions of bunting right there. She was just trying to get a look and see what the defense was going to do. She's looked down the third base line as Dot Richardson flashes the numbers. So many teams go into that now instead of just the traditional signs. They use the wristbands to signal in the numbers, something I did as a coach as well. Makes it easier. There's a 1-0 pitch. Misses away. It's 2-0 now. That was a backdoor curveball again and just stayed wide for Peyton. A little dangerous situation right here. You got the go-ahead run at second base, a 2-0 count to the cleanup hitter for the Flames. Aggie defense is playing straight away. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Misses wide again. It's 3-0. Being careful here with the 4-hole hitter. You do have an open base. That is the go-ahead run out on second base. Here's the pinch runner Click for the Flames. 3-0 pitch, misses down. It's ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk for Peyton Mcbride. She'll hustle down to first base. Now runners at first and second, 1 out. That sets up the force at any base on the infield. Also, the infield fly rule will be in effect. It's going to bring the to the plate, Danae Griffin, freshman from San Antonio, Texas. Coming back to her home state to get a chance to play and has a chance to put her team ahead here. As we play with no score in the top of the 4th inning. No runs on 2 hits for the Flames. No runs on 4 hits for the Aggies. Flames are threatening, though. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Griffin. It's hit hard and high in the left field. Going back to the base of the wall as Kylie Georgia makes the play. That ball had trouble written all over it off the bat. As Griffin jumped all over the first pitch that she saw and drove it into deep left field. Nice job by Kylie George going back to the wall, finding the wall, turning around, making the catch, and making a strong throw in to Riley Sarton for the second out of the inning. Thought that had a chance to get out of the yard, as did most of the Flames in the dugout as they came out on the top step. However, it falls harmlessly into the glove of Kylie George. There's 2 outs. That'll bring the plate Alexis Eric, sophomore from California. Takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. Nice pitch by Peyton Mcbride as they go lefty-lefty right here with 2 outs, top of the 4th inning. Flames almost had a 3-run shot in the last at-bat. Pinch hitter Griffin. Nice play by Kylie George to keep it a 0-0 games. 1-0 pitch, 0-1 pitch misses down. It's 1-1 now. Feels like an important part of the game as, again, we're in the 4th inning. Not a lot of offense so far for the Flames. This is by far their best chance to score. They did have a runner, I guess, to third back in the first, but that was with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 2, 1-2. Nice pitch by Peyton, off-speed breaking ball. She's a strike away from getting out of the mess that she's in. First and second. 2 outs. Outfield's playing straight away. Infield is back. Corners are even with the bags. Swing and a miss, strike 3. She struck her out on the inside part of the plate. Big pitch right there by Peyton Mcbride to get out of a first and second jam. The Aggies keep them scoreless. In the innings, there are no runs on 1 hit, no errors. There are 2 left on base. We've played 3.5. There's no score for the Davis Diamond. You're listening to Aggie Softball from Learfield, IMG College. Really, especially back in the first inning, had runners at second, the second inning had runners at second and third. Weren't unable to get the big hit. And Coach Evans has retrieved her helmet now and is heading back down to the third base coach's box as Joy Jackson makes her way over to the first base box. Deep as she usually is, edge of the infield grass. First pitch to Haley Lee is on the inside corner for strike 1. 389 on the year, 1 home run, 4 RBIs for the freshman. She fouled out earlier today in the second inning. She's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's fouled back towards the center of the box. And land just short. Nice play made down there in the crowd, especially on a cold day. It's got to hurt your hands as it hits off the bat there. A lot of spin on the ball. It's now 0-2 to Haley Lee. Julia DiMartino for the Flames doing a nice job. 3 innings complete, only 4 hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts. Off-speed pitch is fouled down the right field side and into the screen over above just beyond the Flames dugout. Nice job of spoiling a good pitch right there by Haley Lee as off-speed pitch from DiMartino. It's flicked foul and she'll get an opportunity to do it again. Aggies could use a leadoff base runner right here. Try to get something going as they try to push across the first run of the game. 0-0, bottom of the 4th. 0-2 pitch misses up high. It's 1-2. Peyton Mcbride is on the on-deck circle for the Aggies. She has pullover on a cool day. She's the pitcher. Got to keep the left arm ready to go. Hoping she gets to hit with runners on base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Again, it's off speed. Popped up into short left field. Going back is the shortstop Robertson who makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Nice job again by DiMartino. Changing speeds right there. Way out in front of it was Lee. All she did was harmlessly pop it up, and that's the first out of the inning. Brings up Peyton Mcbride. Pitching today, trying to help herself out. Mcbride, 500 on the year. Had a single back in the second to the right side. Hit it right by the first baseman. Trying to do it again. First pitch misses high. for ball one. Infielders for the Flames are well back. The corners are well behind the backs, not expecting a bunt here. And outfielders are playing straight away. This will play here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 pitch is on the way. Check swing. Going to check down at third base. Yes, she did. Strike one. Unable to hold up on the high offering from DiMartino was Peyton McBride, and that evens the count at 1-1. She steps out, takes a swing, clears her head, and is quickly back in the box ready to go in a crouched stance from the left side. 1-1 pitch is hit hard on the ground right at the shortstop Robertson, who has it run upper arm and into center field. That will be an error on the shortstop. And Peyton McBride is able to reach base. She was run for back in the first inning, so a pinch runner here will not be a possibility. If they were to bring in a pitch runner, she would have to leave the game, as it would be the second time. In softball, you do have the re-entry rule, very different from baseball there. And she has to stay in the game now, and that will bring up Ashlyn Walsh, sophomore shortstop transfer from UTSA. Struck out back in the second. Swings at a off-speed pitch well out in front of it. Strike one. Nice pitch by DiMartino. Starting off with the off-speed pitch. Walsh not looking for that and was fooled completely way out in front. No score. Runner a one. Bottom of the fourth inning. 0-1 pitch is fouled down the left field line. Slicing will hit just about a foot or so from the wall down the left field line in front of what would be the Aggie bullpen. And the new hitting complex down there in left field as well. Pretty decent crowd on hand today for the elements that they're having to endure. I think it's warmed up since I came into the stadium earlier today. It's still a little chilly. Typical February weather here in Texas. 80 degrees yesterday and 40 today. 0-2 pitch is hit hard in the left field. It's going to hang up there for Canado, who's able to catch it about visor high, coming in for the second out of the inning. McBride's unable to advance. She'll stay at first base. That's going to bring up Kelly Martinez. Martinez also a transfer from the University of Utah, second baseman. Had a single back in the second inning as well. To the right side. Martinez 333 on the year. 200 with 2 outs, 250 with runners in scoring position. Takes up high for ball one. Trying to extend the inning here, try to get to the 9-hole, Kylie George. Let's see if they can turn the order over, get it back to the top of the order, and do some damage with 2 outs. Aggies have had a couple of opportunities, just not able to get the big hit in the key situation. 1-0 pitches. High strike called for 1-1. Checked her swing, did Kelly Martinez, but it was called a strike at the plate. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runner at first base is McBride. No score in the game. 1-1 pitch is on the way, and it's slapped hard in the left field, hanging up, and coming in making a nice play is Canado, sliding in the figure 4 style catch, and that will retire the side. Aggies get no runs on a hit. There are no errors. There's 1 error. There's 1 left on base. We've played 4 complete. There's no score from Davis Diamond. You're listening to Aggie Softball from Learfield, IMG College.
On the season, she does have 1 hit, 14 at-bats mentioned.
We'll take a look at some of the scores that are in progress today around the SEC during this inning.
Next pitch, that's strike called, so it's 1-2.
There's several games, as Louis mentioned earlier, going around all over the country as SEC teams play and tournament play early. Georgia's beating Winthrop 11-0. That's down in Athens, Georgia, on their home field.
1-2, chopper, right side of the infield. 2 hops at the second baseman, Martinez, over to first. That's out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Nice job by Martinez going to her right. That's not an easy play. The ball's up the middle. It's going to her throwing hand side. She took a very good angle to get back there behind the ball, field it, and make a strong throw to get the first out of the inning.
At the plate, it'll be the 8th spot in the order. It'll be Jacqueline Amader for the Lady Flames, the senior. Amader in the game, 0 for 1. Bats on the right side, first pitch. Check swing, needs a slow roller, back to the pitcher. Peyton McBride over to first for out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Not coincidental, Peyton McBride, 52, make it 53 pitches now. She's had a lot of 1-pitch at-bats.
Yeah, she had a 4-pitch inning. I believe it was back in the 2nd or 3rd inning, and she's got a nice 3-pitch inning working right here already with 2 outs, being very efficient in the circle.
2 outs at the plate. Madison Vi, 9th spot in the order. The sophomore bats from the left side. First pitch of the at-bat, swinging, line drive into right field. That's fair down the line. Going to be picked up by Morgan Smith. Vi going for second. Going to be cut off, no throw. So it'll be a double with 2 outs from Madison Vi. We've talked about it throughout the game. Not just another 9-hole hitter.
No, she did a nice job right there jumping on the first pitch that she saw, ripped it down the first base line, and she was thinking double right out of the box right there. She knows there's 2 outs. She knows the top of the order is coming up. If she can get into scoring position, she can score a big run here and break the 0-0 tie.
Third hit of the game for Liberty, and it's a double with 2 outs and a scoreless game, top of the 5th. Turn the lineup over, leadoff hitter at the plate, Autumn Bishop. First pitch the at-bat, off speed missing. That's a ball, 1-0.
Down in St. Pete's, there's a big matchup, top 10 matchup between LSU and Florida State. The defending national champions, the Seminoles leading 3-0 in the top of the 5th inning over the Tigers, the Bayou Bengals, if you will.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bishop takes it inside. It's 2-0. Runner at second, 2 outs.
Out in Tempe, Arizona, the Florida Gators 4-1 over San Diego as they play in the 3rd inning. Gators ranked 4th in the country.
Which seems low for them. How good a program are you when you're 4th in the country and you're like, nah, that's too low. They're underrated this year.
A little disappointed.
2-0 pitch. It's 3-0 for the leadoff hitter, Autumn Bishop, with a runner at second, 2 outs, no score. We're at the danger zone part of this Liberty order.
Yeah, that was a lot of oohs and ahs from the crowd on those last 2 pitches. Both of them very close, and both of them failed to get strike calls.
Peyton McBride's ready. The 3-0 pitch takes it all the way. Called strike, 3-1.
Continuing our look, Puerto Vallarta. Looks like there was a throw through right there as I looked down my computer there. Tried to pick off the runner down at second base, and as she did, there's going to be obstruction called on Martinez.
And head coach Joe Evans out of the dugout, not agreeing with that call whatsoever.
Nope, and also Dot Richardson is out to check on her player.
Vi at second for Liberty on the slide back. She is slow. She's still down. She's leaning up, but she's still down on the ground.
Yeah, and she looks like she's got her right leg extended, and the trainer's now hustling out that way. Looks like Coach Evans is going to, she may come out and talk to the umpire, but she's going to wait till to make sure the player's okay, as you would expect her to do.
We have time here at Davis Diamond. They're tending to Vi on the field, but Coach Evans is also waiting for her time to visit with the umpire about the obstruction call. So we have things in queue.
We do. As we wait here, we'll continue to look at the scoreboard around the SEC.
Learfield, IMG College.
Make sure to follow Aggie Softball on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date on all things going on with the team. Follow at Aggie Softball on Twitter and Instagram, or head to Facebook.com/UAMU Softball.
Offering from DiMartino, slaps it foul over the third base coach's box. 0-1. Kylie George, hitless in the game. 0 for 1.
Only your second at-bat in the game as the game has moved along very quickly, very quick pace as both pitchers have been efficient out there.
DiMartino, only 63 pitches through her first 4 innings. We mentioned Peyton McBride started her last inning under 50, finished just under 60. She's been very efficient. Both pitchers have been fantastic in the circuit. Story of the game, the pitchers.
It'd be big to get Kylie on base right here's the 9-hole, bring the top of the order up with some speed on the bases.
1-1 pitch. Kylie George slaps it on the ground. It's a one-hopper at the third baseman, Mater. Throw to first. That's an easy out. Number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Mater was putting about 25 feet from home plate, maybe. Just took that on a big high hop. It was an easy play.
You think Kylie slapped it that way, but she was trying to go over the head.
She was trying to get over the top of her, and it just wasn't able to do that. She had her played perfectly.
Go back to the top of the A&M order. Freshman Morgan Smith, 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts in the game, which heading into this game, hottest hitter on the team. She entered the game hitting 538, and she had hit in both games yesterday. So DiMartino/Liberty maybe found something yesterday on her.
Big catalyst to the Aggie offense. With all that speed, if she can get on base, she can really cause your defense some trouble.
The 1-0 pitch hit hard to center field, drifting over into right center field. Catch by Eric for the Lady Flames for out number 2. Good swing, but it's a long out number 2.
Now inside part of the plate, she did what she needed to do with it, which is drive it to the right center field power alley. Just got underneath it just a bit and was able to hang up for center fielder to make the play. 2
quick outs for Texas A&M. That brings Kelby Fortenberry to the plate. 2-hole hitter, junior center fielder. Fortenberry 1 for 2, has a double in the game. Could use a double here with 2 outs. Put herself in scoring position.
That would be nice. Look at the center fielder's positioning out there in center field. I said almost left field. She's playing right in the left center field gap.
For radio land, you can't look, so we'll describe it to you. The left fielder is shaded towards the left field line, and the center fielder basically is in dead left center.
Yeah.
So they're playing a shift on Kelby to go the opposite way. 1-0 pitch, a little flare into left center. Sure enough, the shaded center fielder playing in left center makes a sliding, diving catch, charging in. Perfect positioning by Liberty for out number 3, inning over. And we're still scoreless, end of 5. You're listening to A&M Softball from Learfield IMG College. Believe it, along with Chris Southard, and we hang out, when the Aggies are at home, and we bring you all the action of Aggie softball, really 1550 AM. Also online, which is the easiest way. You can hear Aggie softball anywhere in the world. RadioAggieland.com. RadioAggieland.com. Top of the 6th. We're getting late here at Davis Diamond. This is only game number 1 of 2 for Texas A&M. Once this game is done, about 40 minutes later, A&M will take on Rutgers, the Scarlet Knights, for the first and only time here at the A&M Invitational. But no score here. Got work to do.
It looks like there's Dot Richardson, the coach for the Flames, is having a discussion with the home plate umpire. Maybe this is the hitter due up. It's Bishop who is getting ready to step into the
It
batter's
is
box.
Amanda Bishop standing to go to the plate. So she's not pinch hitting, but right now the home plate umpire and, yes, the Liberty head coach, Dot Richardson, the Hall of Famer, they're having a long look at lineup cards.
And Coach Joe Evans was out there before that, and she's got her lineup card out. So it looks like they're trying to get squared away as far as positioning goes and who's where. There was a pitch runner last inning. And we're getting the signal for is in the right field now. 2 is into left field, okay?
So for Texas A&M, Blake and Fritch,
Yep.
is that the, okay,
Yep.
So defensive substitution, Texas A&M, Blake and Fritch in left field. We still have Kelby Fortenberry in center, Kylie George in right. So the defensive sub for A&M, Blake and Fritch, takes over in left field.
Yeah, put her out there. She's an experienced outfielder. She's got a lot of range. So we're in a 0-0 game here late, looking to try to get some defense on the field.
First pitch of the at-bat to the 2-hole hitter, Amber Bishop. Strike call, 0-1. With Fritch into left, Kylie George goes into right. Morgan Smith exits the game.
Yeah, Fritch will be in Morgan Smith's spot in the order, which is the leadoff spot.
The 0-1, swinging, hits a chopper opposite way past the diving second baseman Martinez and into right field. That's going to be a leadoff single for Bishop and Liberty here in the top of the 6th inning. I expect a pinch runner. Did they pinch run for her
I say
earlier?
that they've ran for early in the game.
Yep.
Coach Richards looking down at her card, but she's just making signals now. So
No, maybe not. She was 0 for 2 going into that bat.
I would expect a sacrifice bunt here. She tried to sacrifice bunt. Did come out of her last at bat, was unsuccessful. Was able to move the runner on the 0-2 pitch when she tapped back to McBride.
3-hole hitter, Kara Caneto, showing bunt, tried to give herself up, and the bunt went down and then popped back up and hit her, but she was in the box. So that's strike 1.
Mentioned this back in the fourth inning, when she's squaring up to bunt, she's doing it very late. If you're going to sacrifice, I'd like to see her square just a little bit sooner and get more comfortable in the box, and also get her bat out in front of the plate, keep it in fair territory to help keep the ball fair.
Saw Canedo bunt yesterday, but it wasn't a sacrifice, and it was a great bunt. Here's the 0-1 swinging away, slapping away, fouled it off. Now the count's quickly 0-2. Scoreless game, top of the sixth here between 19th ranked Texas A&M and the Liberty Lady Flames.
Left-handed slapper. So many times they have a difficult time when you ask them to sacrifice bunt. They can get it down when they want to bunt for a hit, but when they're asked to sacrifice, it's something they're not asked to do a whole lot, and they struggle with it sometimes.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Peyton McBride. Kind of checked her swing halfway, but still pulls it foul behind the first base coach's box. 0-2.
Well, she checked it, but she was already 3/4 of the way through the swing as the pitch
Is it
was
a
off
check
speed.
if you're 3/4 through?
That was odd though, as her bat was well out in front of her, and the ball hit and went almost at a 45-degree angle back towards her own dugout.
Peyton McBride in the circle for Texas A&M, the junior left-hander. Swinging at the 0-2 Canedo. She kind of tops it down the third base line. Charging in, third baseman Riley Sart only played to first base. Gets the out there, but in the end, you give Canedo credit. She got the job done. She advanced Bishop to second, now with one out here in the top of the sixth.
The second in a row that she's done that. She tried to sacrifice, couldn't get it down, then was able to use the slapping ability that she has. Hit that very gently right at Riley Sarton. Her only play was over to first base, but that allowed the runner to move in the scoring position.
Cleanup hitter at the plate, Sarah Robertson, right-handed hitter. Runner at second and one out here. First pitch of the ball, 1-0. Robertson's 0-for-1 in the game, but she did have a walk in the game. She had 3 hits yesterday. Very dangerous hitter. Late in the game, scoreless.
She got an open base right here. I expect A&M to be very careful with her and possibly even pitch around her.
The 1-0 pitch, missing outside, and that shows the care they're going to take. 2-0.
There's a runner at second base, so you really no harm, no foul. If you let her trot down to first base, it actually helps you a little bit as it sets up a course on anywhere on the infield.
The 2-0 pitch, that's outside, 3-0. And there is a big drop-off in the order from Robertson, the 364 hitter, to Griffin, who had been 0 for the season, getting only her first start, and then even Eric behind her, making only her fourth. So the two batters behind, big drop-off from the hitter at the plate and Sarah Robertson.
Yep, and so this might be the old unintentional, intentional walk as she's down in the count 3-0. Of course, Griffin in her last at-bat took the first pitch that you saw and drove Kylie George all the way back to the base of the wall at the edge of the warning track there, almost had a 3-run bomb. As it were, it was just a fly ball out, but she's on deck. Nice swing in the last at-bat.
The 3-0 pitch, that's a strike, 3-1. We're in the top of the sixth inning. We are scoreless. Runner at second for Liberty. We're tied at 4 hits apiece. Liberty has committed an error. A&M has not.
Looks like a big at-bat right here in the game.
3-1 pitch. That's a high strike call. And it's 3-2. So Peyton McBride, we thought it was unintentional, intentional. Now she's rallying back from 3-0.
That came that one across the inside part and high of the plate to get back to 3-2.
The full count pitch, swinging, hammered foul behind the third base coach, not Richardson. The head coach, third base coach. Count holds at 3-2.
So much movement on the pitches by Peyton McBride sometimes. A lot of times we see the ball's breaking in so hard and the hitter will commit to a swing and then the ball continues to break and they swat it foul where it looked like it might have even hit them if they didn't offer at it.
The 3-2 popped up left side of the infield. Shortstop Walsh camped under it, makes the catch for out number 2. Peyton McBride battles all the way back from down 3-0 and ends up getting a harmless pop-up on the infield.
Nice job of competing right there. As I said, I thought she was pitching around her when we went to 3-0, and she came back with the 2 strikes, one on the outside, one on the inside, and then the payoff pitch was on the inside corner, right on the hands, and got her to pop it up for the second out.
At the plate, the freshman designated player, Danae Griffin. First pitch called strike 0-1. As you mentioned, Chris, last time up, she hammered a ball to right field.
And then smoked it. Well, off the bat, I thought the ball was going to leave the yard, but it just hung up in the air enough to allow Kylie George to range back and make the catch.
0 for 2 in the game. Next pitch, outside and low, so we're even at 1-1. The outs are 2. Danae Griffin has an 0.00 average on the season. This is her first start. She came into the game 0-1, so she's had 3 at-bats.
Texas girl from San Antonio, as we mentioned last at-bat.
1-1 pitch, called strike, 1 and 2. What's funny is, you have all these situations, runners in scoring position. Well, this is the first time she's batted with like 2 outs in an inning, so she has no average of 2 outs. You can't do that kind of situational.
Nope. Analytics, no use right now.
Nope. We have no advance because we have no basic. 1-2, hammered hard, but at the third baseman, Riley Sarton spears the line drive for out number 3, and Liberty strands a runner in scoring position late in a scoreless game. We're middle of 6. You're listening to Aggie Softball from Learfield IMG College. Here, Davis Diamond, the best softball facility, complex stadium in the country. What a pleasure and privilege to play here and watch games here. Leading things off for the Aggies, bottom of 6, senior third baseman Riley Sarton. First pitch strike called 0-1.
Good spot in the order here for the Aggies. They got 3, 4, 5 up, and they've got their senior leader at the plate. She can get on base, or better yet, find a gap and get in scoring position.
0-1 pitch, hammered deep to left. That ball is going to hit off the ball on a hop. Picked up by the left fielder, Caneto. Leadoff double by Riley Sarton.
Nice job right there. Ball on the inside part of the plate, and we've seen DiMartino consistently work on the inside part of the plate to the Aggie hitters. That time she was looking for it. She drove the ball over the left hand, the outstretched hand of the left fielder Caneto for a leadoff double. Looks like we may have a pinch runner.
Well, considering that Sarton is kind of making her way straight to the dugout, I hope so.
Let's see who comes out of it. That's probably Megan Smith, I would guess.
Sini.
Oh, Sini Tadria.
Yeah.
Tadria Sini.
Tadri Sini, I expect, will be the runner at second base. Well, we will get it for you as soon as they make it official. So Riley Sarton, the senior, when you need it, in a scoreless game, bottom of 6, is when you need it. Leads off with a double, opening up the door for so many options here. Klingler, swing away. You could bunt, and that Coach Evans has said before, if you're in the starting lineup for Texas A&M softball, you're eligible to bunt. I remember watching Megan Gibson bunt once. It almost collapsed. Okay, so anyone can. Riley Sarton bunted on the opening weekend.
Yep.
I think her second at bat.
I remember Coach talking about how she wanted to give Klingler an easier at bat in that situation. And we're going to have a break as Dot Richardson now is going to come out to the circle, bring all of her infielders in to talk about exactly what they want to do in this situation. Is if the Aggies were able to score a run, then that would push the Flames to the brink. They would be down to the last 3 outs.
And it is Tadri Sini, the freshman, running at second base with nobody out, bottom of the 6th. Riley Sarton, I was starting to jump out of my seat because that ball I thought had a chance to go. Not wind really interfering, but it hit like dirt off wall on a hop for the stand-up double for Riley Sarton, the senior, leading the way here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, ball not really carrying the left field today, as we've seen sometimes in the past. On a warmer day, maybe you'd see that ball get up and out of the yard. Of course, there's a couple balls that were hit, especially the one by Griffin a couple innings ago that would have probably left the yard too on a warmer day. But as it were, the Aggies have the leadoff runner at second base with nobody out and a chance to take the lead and go to the 7th with the lead.
Simplest way to look at it is you got 3 swings here, 3 batters to get that go-ahead and potential winning run home, and that's going to be Bailey Klingler at the plate, Haley Lee on deck, and Peyton McBride, in the dugout. The third batter due up.
Situation, Klingler's got to know your main job. You'd love to drive in the run, but your main job is to get that run to the third base with less than 2 outs.
The freshman first baseman, right-handed hitter, showing bunt, and fouls it down the first base line. She showed bunt early, which you talked about, but it's interesting. You helped me here. You got the technical side. She never really got down into the bunt.
No, she didn't, and she left her bat back. She's got to get her bat out in fair territory, out in front of the plate. When you leave your bat back like that, the angles are not good for you to keep the ball fair.
Coach Evans and I on the pregame show today mentioned Bailey Klingler and how she's done all the little things at the plate. 0-1 pitch, shows bunt, takes it high instead for a ball, 1-1.
Good job there, showing some maturity for a freshman, not trying to bunt a ball over your head. They know that you're trying to bunt, so they're going to try to go open the zone with a rise ball. The rule is bunt strikes, only bunt balls that you would want to hit.
Senior right-hander Julia DiMartino in the circle for the Lady Flames. Next pitch is a ball high, 2-1, who has been fantastic in the circle. Through the 5 innings pitch, she has given up 5 hits and walked nobody against 3 strikeouts. Fantastic game in progress for DiMartino.
Good job right there, laying off another pitch up in the zone.
The 2-1 pitch, showing bunt again. Does right back to the pitcher. Only play to first. Advancing to third on the sacrifice bunt is Sani. Great job by the freshman.
Really well executed right there. And what I really love about the way that A&M plays softball is as she comes back to the dugout, the entire bench is now up and out of the dugout and letting them lead her back into the dugout, and thanking her for sacrificing herself, moving the winning run over into scoring position here in the late innings. This is a selflessly way that they are taught to play the game, and I really enjoy watching it.
At the plate, Haley Lee, freshman catcher, has a chance to win this game without a hit.
No, she does. You can, there's a lot of different things. You can drive a ball deep into the outfield for a sacrifice fly. I'd like to see a little squeeze. How about a little squeeze action right here?
Ooh, how much do you trust a catcher to bunt? That's an in general comment, not a Haley Lee comment. But how much do you trust catchers to bunt?
It depends on the kid. If she can handle the bat really well, this is a great situation to try to get a squeeze bunt down. The squeeze is an exciting part of the game, something I always enjoyed to use or like to use when I could.
Infielders in. Look at first and third in front of the bag, and then you have up the middle, second and short are even with the line. First pitch is a ball high at the plate. As mentioned, catcher Haley Lee 0 for 2 in the game, 368 average to start the season. That's on the right side.
Looking for something she can either elevate or hit hard on the ground right here as all the infielders are drawn in, as you say.
1-0 pitch, hard but foul. Off the end of the A&M dugout down the third base line. So we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Again, key part of the game right here. Lots of angles are cut down because the infielders are drawn in. So anything hard on the ground is going to have a great chance to go through. And then the outfielders are going to have to be in a position where they can throw them out. So they're playing about regular depth. I would expect to see them creep in as the pitch is delivered. So if they catch a shallow fly ball, they'd have a chance to make a play.
The 1-1 pitch, working high in the zone, getting the call. It's 1-2. Nice pitch from DiMartino.
Went off speed right there and really crossed her up. That was well done by DiMartino.
No score, bottom of the 6th inning. Aggies looking for a run and then 3 outs to take the W. Next pitch working high again, but this time she lost it high, DiMartino. So we're even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at third, Great Wheel Sani, the pinch runner for Texas A&M.
Certainly the at-bat of the game right here as Haley Lee tries to deliver the go-ahead run for the Aggies in the bottom of the 6th.
DiMartino's ready, the 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to left field, going back. Camped under it, the left fielder. No, cut off by the center fielder. Tagging up from third, scoring. Throw never going to be in time. Aggies take the lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. And the freshman Haley Lee gets the job done.
Looks like they're going to appeal the call at third base to see if she left early. I don't believe that she did.
Head coach Joe Evans watching every umpire like a hawk on that appeal.
Yeah, no, that was excellently done by Haley Lee. She got a ball up in the zone, something she could elevate. She got it deep into left center field with the speed of Sani at first base. Absolutely no chance to throw her out, and the Aggies have taken a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th.
Now you're 3 outs away from the win. Top of the 7th, Peyton Mcbride, the pitcher, at the plate. First pitch is a strike called, 0-1. I want you to think about that run, which right now stands potentially as the game-winning run. A senior leads off with a double. A freshman gets a sacrifice bunt, and then a freshman gets a sacrifice fly. That's manufacturing, and that's young kids showing a lot of patience. McBride hammers the 0-1 pitch off the fence. It's going to roll its way back towards the infield. Peyton McBride with the stand-up double with 2 outs.
Really well-hit ball straight away center field over Reikish or Eric as she went back, and they hit the ball about halfway up the A in Texas A&M, just to the right of the 220 sign. If it had elevated at all, it might have a chance to leave the yard. It was so well hit. As it is, it's a 2-out double. Aggies aren't done yet. Would like to add that 1-0 lead that they've built here in the 6th inning.
Shortstop Ashlyn Walsh with an RBI opportunity with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. As mentioned, buy yourself a little bit of insurance. Yesterday they saw what happened to a 1-run lead. That was in the top of the 7th versus McNeese when solo home run with 2 outs tied it up. Aggies went on to win it in extras, but we're not looking for extra innings today. It's a little colder today.
We'd like to finish in 6.5 would be good with me.
First pitch, strike to Walls, 0-1. Walls in the game is 0 for 2. Next pitch, back up the middle, slow roller. They're going to send Peyton McBride home. No, they hold her. Coach Evans late, good call. You had the center fielder charging, and Eric, she had all the momentum coming forward. She had a smooth, kind of came up with it, and again, shallow center. So Coach Evans was waving McBride the whole way held her as she was coming towards third. So first and third with 2 outs now.
Nice job of Coach Evans getting down the third base line where she could wait and hold the runner as late as she possibly could. She was looking into center field as the ball was hit very sharply right at the middle. Center fielder made a nice job coming in and scooping it up. Peyton Mcbride doesn't run well as some, and so she smartly held her up. Also, they'd already run for Peyton Mcbride early in the game, and so that's kind of a key part too. Had they not, probably they would have had a pinch runner there who would have had a chance to score. So that's part of the chess match. You know, when do you use a runner, when you not, that sort of thing.
Second baseman junior Kelly Martinez, right-handed hitter. First pitch high, 1-0. Martinez trying to extend this 1-0 A&M lead here in the bottom of the 6th. With that 1 run coming here in the bottom of the 6th.
2 hits in a row, 3 would extend the lead right here. First and third, let's see if Coach Evans puts a game on. They've got decent speed at first base.
McBride at third, Walsh great speed at first. Next pitch, missing low. So it's now 2-0. Walsh already has 2 stolen bases in 2 attempts. You don't even have to try the first and third play. You can just straight steal Walsh at first.
Yeah, she's going to go, and then you see how the defense reacts. Of course, you don't have as good a speed at third base, so that limits your options a little bit. You got a 2-0 count, though. I think I'd let her hit.
Martinez takes the 2-0 pitch and hits it foul over the third base coach's box. So we're at 2-1.
You can also play hit and run ball right here, even with the 2-1 count. There's lots of different options that you have to put the runner at first in motion, make the defense move, and then when the ball's put in play, it makes making a play that much more difficult.
Aggies have 1 run on 7 hits, have not committed an error. Liberty, no runs, 4 hits. They have 1 error in the game. Here's the next pitch from DiMartino. Late swing, fouled off the netting, covering the first base visitor's dugout. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on for the Aggies, bottom of 6.
And Kelly Martinez doing a nice job of spoiling a good pitch from DiMartino there on the inside part of the plate. Pulled her hands in, was able just to shoot it foul and get another opportunity here with the 2-2 count.
Again, Kelly Martinez with a runner at third and first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Went fishing upstairs, comes up empty, strikeout, out number 3. But the Aggies are 3 outs away from the W and getting the win back, getting revenge against Liberty. 1-0, A&M, end of 6. You're listening to A&M Softball from Learfield 7-8. Due up, bottom half of the order here, scheduled for Liberty. Top of the 7th inning, Aggies lead 1-0. Peyton McBride trying to go the distance to pick up her 5th win in her 6th start of the year.
6, 7, 8 hitters combined 0 for 6 today. So the Aggies have done a good job of keeping them off the bases. What you want to do is get to this bottom part without turning the order over.
Leading things off, it'll be the center fielder, Alexis Eric. First pitch.
Strike 1 there, was up in the zone. A nice job where she came in with a backdoor curveball again. Lefty-lefty matchup.
So far in the game, Eric is 0 for 2. The next pitch, a lot of movement, but a little low, so it's now 1-1. Again, yesterday, 4-2 Liberty got the win. For A&M, they did bounce back. Nightcap beating McNeese, but the bounce back is beating them here today.
It's been a good ball game today. Well played, really, by both sides. Only the 1 error.
1-1 pitch, just missing. It's a ball, 2-1.
Well pitched game by both sides, as both sides have had to scratch a claw and not a whole lot of scoring opportunities. I think the Flames had a runner to the third earlier in the game, made back in the first, and have really struggled since then.
The 2-1 pitch. Swinging, pulled, just foul down that first base line. I say just, it ends up well foul, but a little scary from up here.
It did. From our angle, it looked like it had a chance maybe to sneak over the glove of Bailey Klingler, and if it would have, that certainly would have been extra bases, as Eric runs well coming out of the left-hand batter's box.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter here in the top of the 7th. 1-run game, and that's A&M 1 and Liberty 0. Next pitch, 2-2. Hit up the middle. Ashlyn Walsh, shortstop, diving, throws from her knees. The stretch out at first base. What a play. You can go with the dive and the throw from the knees by the shortstop Walsh, or give me the stretch by the freshman at first base, Bailey Klingler. But that is a highlight, out number 1 here in the top of the 7th.
Absolutely. That ball is scorched up the middle, and Walsh going to her left, goes down to her knees and scoops it up, and then or goes to her dive and scoops it up and gets up to her knees and makes a strong throw. And as you said, Baylor Klinger, who looks to be about 6 feet tall, uses every bit of it as they got her by half step.
1 out. What a key out here when you're protecting a 1-run lead. At the plate, catcher Caitlin McFarland. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. She's 6 foot. She made herself about 6'5" with that. I mean, really.
You did. You make a good point. It's so important to keep that leadoff runner off base.
The 1-0 pitch, missing outside, 2-0. And for Walsh, I thought it was just a great job to knock it down. And then when she tried to get up, you notice she had to throw for Bernice because she couldn't get up.
No, if she could taken the time to get up the butt, she would have been safe. We would have run on first base.
2-0 pitch, hit hard, line drive at the shortstop. Walsh caught for out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. Aggies an out away.
McFarland not doing a nice job there, hitting that ball hard, but this time Walsh goes to her right, goes to a knee to make the catch on a line drive that was hit, as I said, hard, and she flips it over to Martinez at second base. A lot of confidence. It makes you feel good when you make back-to-back plays like that and get yourself one out away from winning the game.
This has been an excellent game, but if you get to the bottom of the 6th, top of the 7th here, we got a couple of season-long highlights.
We do.
Here is, with 2 outs, the last chance, well, to extend the game, keep the hopes alive for Liberty. Talking about Jacqueline Amader, the senior. First pitch is a ball, 1-0 for Amader. She's 0 for 2 in the game.
That is an 8-hitter right here. If you want to get at least this one or the next one, keep them going back to the top part of their batting order.
1-0 pitch, called strike inside, 1-1, outs, 2 bases empty, top of the 7th. Aggies lead 1-0, an out away from the W.
Flames are trying to get someone on board to turn the lineup over.
1-1 pitch, it's pulled foul off the A&M third base dugout. Aggies now a strike away from the W.
Amber Bishop is in the 2 hole. She's a couple hitters away here, but she's got half of the Flames hit. She's 3 for 3 on the day. You're going to do everything you can to avoid getting back to that spot in the order.
Don't want to touch 1 through anything.
No.
You got 8 and 9. You need 1 out to win.
That would mean that the time run would be at the plate.
1-2 pitch, exact same hammered foul. Probably the exact same frame in the third base dugout too. It's 1-2.
Came inside on her again, and she was able to pull it foul. But I would expect to see her try to go maybe off speed away. I'd like to see her maybe use that off speed backdoor change it curveball. Easy for me to say. Lots of pitches to pick from.
Off speed black.
whatever it is, I'd like to see it thrown on the outside part first.
The 1-2 pitch, slow roller up the middle, off the glove of Peyton McBride, picks it up, bare hand throw, stretch, not in time. If Peyton could have fielded it, tough play, glove maybe, but once glove then kind of flip bobble to the bare hand, that was too much time. So the Lady Flames stay alive with 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, that was a tough play for the left-handed pitcher. She did a good job of knocking it down, but then flipped it up in the air. And by the time she controlled it and turned to make the throw, there was no time to get the runner.
And isn't it just tougher for her as a left-hander at first?
She's got to turn all the way around.
And we saw that on a play earlier for Liberty too. At the plate, batter Madison Vi, be careful, had a homer in the first game today. 364 hitter, has a hit in the game, pulled the ball for a double down the right field line. So as we say, she's not just another 9-hole hitter.
There was a majestic homer to right field in the earlier game.
0-1 swinging, pulls it foul. Here we go, back to a strike away. Counts 0-2, outs are 2. There is a runner. The tying run for Liberty is at first. Aggies lead 1-0.
Lefty-lefty matchup right here, as V is from the left side and Peyton McBride is a left-handed pitcher. Let's see if she goes off speed or maybe something well out of way. You don't want to leave it anything too close, especially 0-2 count.
Peyton McBride trying to close this one out, pick up the W. 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike number 3, out number 3, inning over, game over. Aggies win 1-0 over Liberty. Peyton McBride goes the distance, picks up her 5th win against no losses. And for Texas A&M, they pick up their 7th win in 9 games. A&M 1, Liberty 0 final here from Davis Diamond when we return post-game show. You're listening to A&M